All right, let's do it. I'm pumped.
How did it feel to be back out there?
Oh, it feels good. It feels a lot better than it did last year. Obviously, it's good to have Jimmy back. It's good to have all the guys back. Everybody's competing. Everybody's moving good, moving fast, executing. I think another year in the system, guys are executing a little better. The new guys that they brought in are acclimating really well. So, it's going to take some time, but we're getting there.
And personally, how do you feel?
I feel great. I mean, I'm moving good. I'm getting in and out of my breaks. My press is back to where it was. Not feeling the pain or inhibition that I was feeling last year. So that's a double thumbs up.
Last year you weren't able to participate, but now you can. How much can you benefit from that?
Oh, it's going to be like night and day. Just being able to just get your rhythm back earlier, get your timing back, get your conditioning where it's supposed to be, just get a rhythm with guys, a chemistry, just an understanding where you're going to be, where I'm going to be, our communication. Anytime you got to initially get that in training camp is difficult. It takes months, years sometimes to develop that kind of connection. But we get a lot more time this year, and I'm looking forward to it. It's been a great first few days.
Well, with all that being said, you have a level of concern because so many guys aren't out there at this point?
Not really, because a lot of the guys that aren't out there are still getting the same information. This isn't like this is a huge, incredibly complicated defense. But I think those guys who come in, they're veterans. If they were younger guys, they were rooks, then I'd be more concerned. But vets know how to play this game. Guys who've been playing for a long time know how to come in and acclimate quickly.
Did you say you were ever at 100% last season?
I not really. I got close to it near the end. Once my conditioning got where it was supposed to be, and the nagging kind of subsided to a degree. But once they kind of took the little suture that they had in my heel out, then it kind of let me play like I want to play.
Richard, I remember in March when you walked in the red suit, everyone looked down at your heel, no boot, no nothing.
Right.
Were you in pain at that point?
No, I wasn't really in pain. The pain it comes more when you're like when I put stress on it, when I'm under stress, when I'm in and out of breaks, when I'm running full speed. It was like stapling your Achilles tendon to your bone, and they basically took the staple out, so it could move naturally and freely like it's used to moving. When it was in there, it protected me, but it also was very rigid and wouldn't allow the natural movement of your Achilles.
I know the calf strain was something that you dealt with last year. Was that connected, do you think, to the recovery?
Yeah, it's all connected, because you're always overcompensating when you have pain. Your body, you think you're moving naturally. You think you're moving, perfectly in sync, but your body is just kind of compensating and making sure it works, to the best of its ability. And that's what happens. You strain your calf, strain your hamstring, you strain you strain lower body extremities. But this year I haven't had those issues, knock on wood somewhere.
Is it? I remember, before you hurt your Achilles, you kind of had been fighting through some stuff for a while. So is this really kind of like the first time in 3 years or so?
Yes, the first time in a few years that I've been able to move and groove like I wanted to. I had the MCL a few years ago, had the Achilles. This offseason, I don't have anything, thank goodness, and I'm able to just move and explode and just get to the spots I want to. I can stop when I want to stop. I can go when I want to go. I can, it changed the whole dynamic for me.
There's been a lot of speculation about.
Get your ratings.
There's been a lot of speculation about how an improved edge rush, and this team invested a lot in that this offseason, will help this secondary in particular. From your perspective, how much can it and will it help?
Well, rush and coverage always work together. The best years that I've had in this league, we've had a rush that substantially affected the quarterback on a daily basis, regardless of if it's sacks. They made him uncomfortable. They didn't allow him to step into his throws. They didn't allow him to feel comfortable in the pocket at any time. I think anytime you have linemen in your face, you never feel like you can step through your throws like you want to. The coordinator doesn't feel as comfortable calling the deep developing routes and the deep shots that guys were able to call last year. But I think that it all helps each other. We gotta play better, and I think with better health, we'll play better down the stretch. More continuity, guys just being on the same page and being able to play game after game together. I think last year we had a little bit of attrition throughout the year. Safety, every game it's a different safety starting, a different safety combination. The other corner or I'm in and out for a couple of games. So I think that just continuity and guys playing together helps a ton.
You said the inhibition is gone, which seems to allude more to the mental side of things. Does that go away when the physical comes, or is it more of a process?
I think it goes away when you don't physically feel pain anymore. Then you know you can move like you want to. When you feel pain in certain movements, you just don't want to like hurt it any worse than it already is. So you kind of baby it a little bit. When you don't have it, then you're not worried about that. You're just moving. You're just getting to your spots. You're moving full speed. You can never really move full speed when you have that kind of inhibition because you're always conscious. I'm always conscious of which foot I'm putting in the ground on certain cuts, and the game is too fast to, even at a guy who thinks at my pace, it's still too fast to just be like, hey, I'm going to put the right foot in the ground to break on this out route when the guy's already moving. I got to be able to react.
Was there a moment where that went away, or was it just when you came into, I feel good now, I'm good?
I think it just kind of came over time, just working out once I got the procedure, just working out day in, day out, and starting to feel those familiar movements and familiar strengths, just familiar pops when I'm hopping and jumping and moving and cutting. That's when I felt better.
We ran into you in Indianapolis. We talked about Earl Thomas as a possibility. Free agency was coming up at that point. They didn't make any big moves. You guys didn't make any big moves at free safety. Does that surprise you? I mean, how do you kind of see that position?
Not really. Once they re-signed Jimmy, they really feel comfortable with Jimmy and AC back there in the competition at those two. Obviously last year Jimmy was kind of in flux, playing corner, playing nickel, playing safety, strong safety, free safety. And anytime you do that, you make a guy a jack of all trades, but he masters none. He doesn't have a chance to be really great at any one thing. And this year he's finally getting to just master free safety. This is where you're going to be, and he's doing a great job so far.
He's out there with the ones with you guys.
Right.
I mean, what are you seeing from him early on?
He's just been really detailed. He's on it. Obviously the middle of the field spot. There's been a few tweaks in our defense, a few nuances that have changed, but he's been really on it. He's been really detailed. He has incredible range, obviously, as you guys know, but I think it's given him a lot of confidence going into this year.
Since he's been drafted, there's been a number of coaching changes, and the one consistent thing is that every single coaching staff has loved Jimmy Ward. So do you see why they fall in love with the player, the versatility of the person, and all that?
I 100% do. On and off the field, he's a great teammate. He's a great player. He's a great person. He's a guy that he doesn't complain very often. If you say, "Hey, you're playing D-line today," he'll just be like, "All right, so where do I stand? When do I get started?" He's a guy that just goes to work. Brings his hard hat, comes to work every day, and gets the job done. And I think that him being able to just focus on one spot is going to go light years because he is a great player. He's a tremendous player. Obviously the health has been kind of up and down, but I guess the best story I got is a guy that can wear 46 his senior year in high school and just not really care about it and get a scholarship. He deserves everybody's respect.
Did you see anything that impressed you today? And if so, what did you see?
Well, Jim was threading it today. Jimmy was threading it. He got the ball right where he wanted to. Obviously, he's been limited in the things that he can do. But today he had a lot of reps and he looked really good. He was putting the ball in some risky spots where it seemed risky. It was real confident throws, but he completed every single one of them. And it just shows where he's at in his progress and what he's been able to do and how hard he's been working.
You guys had a moment in between drills. I think you went up to him and said something. And can you share what that was or what the context was?
Well, he threaded like I said, he threaded one like kind of right by my fingertip, and it was a play that I kind of tried to jump. It wasn't really my responsibility, but I just wanted to go for it because I felt like I could get it done. And he threw a ball that there's like, if the receiver doesn't get it, there's no way I can get it. But if he throws it anywhere else, I can take it. And it was just a great ball, and it was a confident throw from him. And it was just exactly what you want to see from your quarterback. Moving on his rehab and where he is in the process. To be only in day 2 and be able to make those throws already is a great compliment.
Well, which route was it? And which
It was a
receiver?
dig. It was a dig. Jordan Matthews.
With the Kello and Adrian, Salah said last year they kind of had the "I got this" syndrome, where the second you say "I got this" is when you don't got it. Do
Right.
you feel like
First 3 words in football.
Yeah. Do you feel like you've seen them a little bit refocused this first month being back?
I do. I think it was a humbling experience last year. I think that this league humbles you. It exposes everything. You never got it. I'm 9 years in, and I get humbled. Regardless. You can get humbled, or you can humble a kid. Each play, each day, each opportunity you go out there. So I think they have a lot more respect for the way you approach this game. What it takes to play at a high level in this game and what it takes to be successful day in and day out. You can't take it for granted. You can't think, hey, man, I played well last year, so I'm going to play well this year. Each game, each play is a different beast, and the moment you stop working, somebody else is working.
Richard Solomon's obviously been through a lot over the last last year plus. Kyle was saying he felt like Solomon has his aura back. Have you noticed?
I have. He's got a lot. He got a lot more pep in his step. You know, he's smiling. He's walking around. He's working. He's coming to work. He's got an energy about him, an infectious energy on the field. He's relentless on the field. And not to say that he wasn't that last year, but you could kind of feel like someone was weighing in on him. But you know, every guy's a grown man, and everybody deals with their issues differently. But I think he definitely has a lot more spark about him this year.
All right, guys?
Barrett, obviously it's been well documented, he's had a lot of injuries. What is his reputation, at least in your eyes, and what do you know about him? Are you excited to see, once he's ready to go?
When he's on the field, he's one of the best corners in our game. When he's healthy and he's moving, he has great instincts. He has great movement. He has good ball skills. He's just the pest. You know what I mean? He's always there. He's always close to the ball. Even when the receiver's making a catch, it's really a tough contested catch. Obviously, the circumstances have been what they were in L.A. and San Diego, but I think that around, at least from my perspective, he has a great reputation when he's on the field. Obviously, he's had some tough injuries and nobody wants to see it, but if he gets back up to speed, he's going to be tough to deal with.
All right, thanks, guys.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you.